Okay, it's recording.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Introduce yourselves. Hi, I'm Pat, and I'm with
Leah.
And we just saw the Batman here in Portland.
Batman 2022.
Yes, in Portland, Oregon, on
What is it, the 12th? The 12th.
March 12th.
12th March.
Yes, the day free of mask in Oregon. Go figure. Okay, so what are your thoughts?
Well, there was too much going on.
Hey, tell more about your educational background on film.
Well, I'm a lifelong fan. I've been studying it for a long time. I went to film school. I'm incredibly familiar with script structure. It's really not complicated. I am also aware that there's a lot of faffing about and fanfare and obnoxious shit having to do with Batman. But I saw a lot of that in this movie. It's not necessary, but it was there.
Okay, great. Well, my background in film is in physical production in Hollywood and attended Valley College, graduated with a certificate in broadcast television, performance arts, and radio. This Batman film has issues galore.
Yes.
The first issue I want to go to the construction. It seems like they only had a choice with 16mm lens and a 25mm lens. No 85s, no 50s, no 70mm Vista shots, and everything was out of focus. No, not out of focus. So your depth of field was very, very narrow.
Why would they do that?
Well, because video cameras have narrow range of focus.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Well, yeah.
It felt like it was a student film. Upgraded. We had 2 lenses. We budgeted for that. Make 'em work.
Yeah, well...
There's not a frame.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with that. I know of that concept. I'm aware of what you're talking about. I didn't know that's what was going on, but now that you explained it to me that way, I'm like, oh, obviously, you know?
Granted, it was a different time, but you take a look at Superman 1978. How many wow shots that filled the frame from corner to corner in clarity?
Many.
Take Batman 89. How many wow
Many.
shots that set a tone?
Many.
We can go all the way Christopher Nolan when he's in the Himalayas, and there's some wow shots.
Yes.
You set tone.
Yes.
Batman's been known for his technology.
Right.
Yes, you have a cool car. How does it work? I don't know. You have a great computer system. How does it work? I don't know. Do we have a bat jet? Do we have a bat cookie? Do we have any bat juice? No. Not the bat branding. These are traditional tropes that were slightly expected.
His car was shitty.
It was fast.
It was buzzing around for 20 seconds before it moved anywhere the first time we saw it.
It was fast.
It was like, for 20 whole seconds I timed it.
Yes, okay.
That's a long time.
Yes, it was.
Too long.
Okay. What else about the Bat Tech? We didn't know what his armor was graded to.
I didn't really like the costumes.
Yeah, it was fun. Well,
I didn't, but I mean, his suit was okay, but it was like...
Exo bodysuit. I'm gonna buff up.
Right.
I have no buff.
Right.
At least Michael Keaton's suit was more form-fitting, and Michael Keaton's a grown man, not a glowy vampire emo kid.
He's 35.
He's still kicking the emo kick.
No, he is, and that's what I didn't like about this at all. He didn't smile throughout the entire movie. Bruce didn't smile throughout the entire movie.
He wasn't goofy at times. Keaton could be goofy.
Oh, sure.
Clooney could be relaxed and stylistic. Val Kilmer was a playboy. Affleck, okay, you're rich, but you still have sophistication somewhere deep inside.
Christian Bale messed around. He would do jabs at Alfred in a funny way.
Yes,
he would
but
joke with him.
But he was relaxed.
Yes.
Oh, Alfred, how many scenes we get to see him? 3.
Was that really only 3? Maybe
3.
4.
Yeah, oh, wait a minute. Oh, on top of that, Batman's on a case. Where did your intelligence and suspicions went away? You saw what the previous letters looked like. for the Batman. I thought, okay, about my pay grade, I'm putting it over here.
Right. Right.
Then you introduce another house staff member that I never heard of her.
I never heard of her.
Now,
She's brand new to me.
Well, hold on. She might be a sidekick back from the TV show from ABC. I think they had a maid.
I don't care, though.
I
mean, you're right, but I don't care, and that was unnecessary.
And we ain't enough characters on her. Why should we care about her?
We didn't care about her. She was just a plot device for Alfred.
Right. Oh, wait a minute, stop. Look at the visuals. What's merchandise about in this movie?
Nothing. Literally nothing. I'm telling you, zero.
Maybe
zero things.
Okay. Maybe the Batmobile has a model kit. I'll give you that.
But why would kids want to make a shitty 1990s Camaro?
Well, be kids.
That's what I want to know.
It would be older kids.
Okay, why would older kids want to make a shitty 1990s Camaro that's broken?
It's
I don't
stylish. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
So maybe as a model kit.
Okay, but that's not going to bring in any kind of money.
Okay. Now, what made me mad is that certain characters forgot how smart they were and in retrograde become stupid. Again, the letter that says Bruce Wayne has a fan club. Prior to this, I suppose Bruce Wayne's had stalkers and wannabes.
Right.
And you see anything like Bruce Wayne, you put it in the pile to sniff over three times over before you present it.
Right.
You put that over there.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest thing, hold on. Alfred, where's your cell phone? I'm calling a rotary phone.
He only uses a.
Am I making this part up?
Am
I making this part up?
No, that's what was in the
Where's your
movie.
cell phone? And if I'm getting a phone call, it might be freaking important.
Oh my god! Seriously.
Okay, so Alfred, where's your cell phone?
He's in that one.
Alfred, where is your...
Because he has to stay at home all day near the rotary phone.
Yes. Alfred, where was your intelligence? You
He's
knew
not
there was
either.
It went sideways.
Doesn't have any.
You made Macaroni super... You gave him a lot of angles, but he was simple.
Right.
Okay, let's say... No, come on. Here's something I'm mad about. Aging people around the road should be pissed off. Riddle me this. Bamboo, a typhoon, Godzilla, and Bruce Lee. What are they?
Asian?
Forces of nature are unstoppable.
Yes.
The only Asian person we meet, hi, don't hurt me, please.
There
That's the only...
There was a police officer too, but he didn't have any speaking lines.
Yes, the only Asian person is scared of what? You got plenty of other people with more melatonin in their skin are taking all different roles, and this is the only Asian person you got. Hi, you know we're 1/5 the population of the planet Earth.
That's true.
But we're moving along here. Diversity casting just to push a message is dangerous. This is going to hunt a generation of actresses and actors in about 5 years. What? We can't cast you. Why? Because you blew our card too much. You put black women, nothing wrong with them. You put black women in very powerful positions with cardboard personalities.
Right, no, with zero depth.
Yes, and does. Only reason you're doing that is trying to get your diversity higher, and it's going to come out very bad. So next time we see movies later where they might have a debate, you're going to say no to them because films like this one have cursed that group for a while.
Fair point.
Put people that are there because they matter. They bring something to the plot. Not because you're trying to make your diversity curves. Oh, let me see.
Reach the quota, yeah.
Yes, and you're taking any shit on white guys? Stop. Who buys your comic books?
That didn't even make sense.
They did.
No, when she said that in the movie, when she was like, these white privileged, I'm like, bro.
Wait. She said that there.
Yes.
Then, last part of Catwoman's line was, let's go take out some CEOs. So you're going to go against rich, capable individuals in the undertoning. Oh, by the way, they're probably white males, so take a shot on them too. But you're trying to get on with a white guy. Pick your fight.
I guess they were trying to highlight the fact that she didn't know he was Bruce Wayne.
Oh, he's white and taller than her.
Obviously.
And apparently has funds to buy his toys.
Clearly.
So it doesn't have to be Bruce Wayne, but he'd be Bruce Wayne's next door neighbor at minimum.
Right. Most likely.
No. So no, that's a flaw on that. What is in there? Bent and Gamble. You're trying to shoehorn movie number 2 with the Joker. How do you get in there?
I don't want to see any more Joker movies for at least 12 years.
Well, was that
Preferably never, but I never want to see him again. I'm sick of him.
It's not the fact.
Do you know how many fucking times I've seen Joker? Many times.
Joker's anti-version.
In my life.
Joker's anti-version.
So many times, I'm sick of him.
I appreciate it, but he's the anti-version of Batman.
That's great. That's awesome. But I don't want to see this shit again and again and again and again and again.
But you took a nerd note from DC Universe and shoehorned a future character. Hi, I'm Lex Luthor, bald. We've seen that trope already done in Batman versus Superman. But we're not done yet. Your film felt like it was a made-for-TV movie stretched out for binge-watching purposes.
Yeah.
So tell me where I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
It's like, let's binge this.
I'm trying to think if it's even as good as a made-for-TV movie. I feel like it was like...
Well, it can be a made-for-TV movie. They usually have part 1 and part 2. And
made-for-TV movies are actually like... they make a little bit more sense. They're also, edited for commercials, so
and they're edited
nice in comparison to sitting in a 3-hour movie that doesn't need to be 3 hours.
And they're dialed down for tone because you might have kids watching.
Sure, that too.
Your theatrical release, you don't have to do these things.
No.
I know that.
No.
And again, you took a major crap on History of the Waynes.
That really annoyed me. That was some bullshit that didn't matter. Hot take, Pat. I don't want to get backstory on Bruce's parents, okay? I don't want him to be this, wallowing, mentally teenaged boy who's still crying about his parents when he's 35, okay? Sorry, I don't want to see that in a movie. I get it to a degree, and I understand that that's always going to be a part of him. He's also a fictional character, but did we need to see Catwoman, Riddler, this election that was in the movie, him going back and trying to find shit out about his parents, Penguin? I'm saying it's too much.
It's too much because they're trying to click so many boxes simultaneously, and they're missing the right boxes at the same point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go back to another thing that made that shit had not gone this way is the fact that, hi, my opponent has died in election. We need a new opponent. Okay, I don't know whose party was whose party, but Party A's main candidate died. Party says, stop the election. We need a new candidate.
Right.
You don't go on with the same election.
It's like, oh shit. Guess you can only vote for me now.
No. That would... the mayor's party should have screamed bloody murder. No. We need a new candidate.
Right.
We need to postpone the election for 6 months.
Right.
But you still went through with it. Okay. Now, the Joker had many businesses to find money.
Yeah.
The Penguin had many businesses to find money.
Sure.
The Riddler, depending on which version of this, he's not that. He's more of an hourly person.
Okay.
Jim Carrey's was an hourly person. The Gotham series, he used to be a forensic. They did not come from money.
Right.
How did you get this militia, which we do not know? Wait a minute, we're tagging on January 6th commentations, so we know what leaning of the studio's going. That's not nice for America. These random, we suggested, heavy set, suggested, unpartnered, we suggested, nerdy, we suggested, white guys decide to go to war with a city.
Right.
Who funded them? How would they get their training from? They were
Internet instructions.
That
was what they were working with.
The Keystone Cops were more capable than these guys.
I mean, okay.
How do you fund that?
Magic.
Yeah, magical thinking. Again, some of these people would be your traditional comic book buyers, would be your content. You're taking
Sure.
your
Yes.
shit on them.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's actually true.
Hey, Warner Brothers, you know you're supposed to make money at this.
I think they did make money.
They got lucky because there was nothing else to compete against.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is not going to be the pristine collection. Do you see somebody going gaga for the 25-year release of this movie?
No.
10-year
forgotten.
release. It's going
to be swept under the rug.
Yes, no, it's going to be in the... No, it's not going to be swept under the rug. It's going to bargain bin 5-for-1 special.
$5.
No, it's going to be bundled with 5 other movies.
Yeah.
It's going to be bundled with 5 other movies to please buy this.
Oh my gosh. No, it is. No, really, it is.
Because what is there memorable? There's not a scene. Okay, maybe stop. I correct myself. Maybe the scenes between Batman and Catwoman when they're standing in silhouette. Okay, that's maybe the only scene I could say if you had to have a theatrical print and blow up to poster size, it will work as well. There's nothing else.
Totally agree.
I mean, out of 3.5 hours, you think there'd be 5, 6, 7,
that's what
15?
that's what like almost every frame in all the Nolan movies, all the Nolan Batmans are dope as fuck.
Well, not even that.
Fire.
Look at Transformers.
Sure.
I could go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Just
it's
pick one.
fun and exciting. There's fun and exciting, very visually stunning, very just outstanding effects. Didn't feel that way about this at all.
No,
it was so lackluster.
I mean, it felt like it was Netflix binge fest, and they removed the commercial breaks.
It could have been a Netflix 3-part series.
You want to go come over and chill when I make cheese sandwiches and tomato soup, and we'll just binge watch this?
No, really.
I'm good. It's like feeling your chest. I had against your chest. I'm good. We could just binge watch.
Fall asleep.
Yes. It's background
noise. Do
it
again tomorrow. It's background noise. You're totally right. You know what, Pat? We've been through a lot. Okay, and the country has been through a lot in the past couple of years. I don't remember. I'm not super clear on the production timeline on this and everything, but when we're coming out of a pandemic and we get a Batman movie, it better fucking be good.
Okay, stop you. Let me stop you here.
Listen.
Use that model. Let's time travel 1 year back. What came out this time?
I don't know.
Godzilla?
Yes, Godzilla.
And oh my gosh, you
I enjoyed it.
Wait a minute.
So
Same
much.
studio released this too. And oh my gosh, it was bumper to bumper, end to end, hit me.
Yes.
But you can.
Yes. Fun. So much fun. Fun thing after fun thing.
Confession.
I'm ready.
How many times? Well, I can tell you, I watched that movie 4 different times on HBO Max after seeing that in theater. 4 times.
So sweet.
How many times? Now, besides the fact this is your second pay time, how many more times do you plan to see this movie?
0. I'm not gonna. I don't want to watch it again.
There's a difference. You see a difference. Don't blame the pandemic.
No, I'm not blaming the pandemic.
But they're going to rest on the pandemic. The movie was shorter, more impacted. It had a couple moments, but it kept on. It delivered.
Yes.
So don't blame you can't have a good movie during the pandemic.
No, I agree. I'm saying that because we've been through a lot, this would have been a really great kind of turning point for moviegoers to be like, I want Batman movies to be a feel-good movie. I want it to be fun. I want it to be action-packed. I want you to be, in it for the ride, right? But that's not what I got out of this movie at all. It was very boring, super long, checking my watch every 10 minutes, just waiting for it to be over, basically. I didn't want, a reflection of the COVID pandemic in a movie. I wanted a fun boom boom pow Batman movie, which I did not get.
This movie came out 3 years too late.
Yes.
I tell you why. In traditional Western viewing behaviors.
Okay.
Great times, sad movies. Bad times, happy movies.
Yeah.
We're still in bad times.
That's true.
2019, the economy was so on fire. How on fire it was. They were trying to rewrite laws so it was legal to hire a corpse to work a job. That's how That's how hot the economy was in 2019. This movie being sad would have, in happy times would have been a whole different feel.
Well, sure.
Of course, you got to make it shorter. But other than that, it would have been the right time. This movie's coming out at the wrong time. That's why King Kong vs. Godzilla, in the mid-peak of quote, the pandemic, was a hit.
Yes.
It was action and let's go.
Fun CGI.
Movie. Yes.
Stunning
Yes.
CGI. Fun dialogue.
Yes. Yes.
Not fun dialogue in this. It's
Yes.
just shitty dialogue. Let me tell you something quickly. Are you aware that the word Jesus was said 15 times in this movie?
Yeah.
I don't think that's like, I'm not against people saying Jesus, I don't care about that. I'm just saying, like,
It's
that's really
cliche.
fucking lazy writing.
It's cliche.
To make all your, and it wasn't even one character that said it that many times. It was multiple characters.
That's
Okay, that is lazy.
It's East Coast speak. Oh,
I don't care. It's too. You're saying it too many times. It sounds redundant and stupid. Like you didn't even fucking read your own goddamn script and edit it.
RoboCop in 1987 birthed the phrase that's still relevant today. Extra, 35 years
What
later.
is it? I don't even.
I'll buy that for $1. So you can create new crazy.
Exactly.
Or we go to Demolition Man 3 years after that. The three C shows. Huh? How do they work? Let's move forward. So movies can drop ideas into the modern lexicon if done right.
That's what I love.
Yippee-ki-yay, what? Die hard.
Yes. That's fun. There were zero fun lines like that.
No.
Zero, like, I can't even imagine the actors really had a good time rehearsing because a lot
It
of
was
people
work.
so like,
It was work. Then let's go to your villain. If it wasn't for deepfake technology, I believe your villain, who was supposed to be the Riddler, was my version of the Riddler, his face was artificial. Or they had to find the ugliest person that can read lines in Hollywood says, guess what, we got a job for you. Nothing to take away from the character of that, because playing the villain is a hard job, because no one wants to be the villain.
I love Paul Dano. He's great, but his writing, not so great.
His look is like everything you go between nerd, incel, creeper, conspiracy. I mean, all the things that you don't know how to deal with the internet, all mixed into one person. Like,
Sure.
You're not getting slack.
Right.
You're not getting no slack.
Right.
And all that. Now, hypothetically speaking, if you took his political findings and said, okay, I'm going to rewrite him as a Japanese person who's been four generation American.
Yeah.
That would be more interesting. That would be interesting.
I agree.
My culture comes from traditional cleanness. This is bullshit. I want to clean it up. That would have been his.
That would have been cool.
That would have been Bloodline says we're going to go this way. Get on board.
It didn't even really make sense. Like his motivation was just not clear cut enough.
Let's have answer.
It was just like, oh, I'm an angry orphan. That's it.
Yeah, angry orphan.
That's not.
That I'm smart in the head.
That's not enough.
No, it's not.
It was like I'm an angry orphan who's also totally crazy. Like
no,
okay,
that's not enough.
Like whatever. It wasn't interesting really.
Oh.
I wasn't super interested in him, and when I feel like it was they were trying to establish like a really dramatic reveal, but by the time they revealed him, I was like, don't care. Who cares? Literally in here, who cares? Like,
I can tell you something else they messed up on it.
Tell me.
Now, remember I said about your fan ratio?
Okay.
If you have 100 fans, 10% is your hardcore base.
Sure.
So you've got 100 fans, 10. 1,000 fans, 100.
Yeah.
10,000, 1,000.
Sure.
100,000, 10,000.
Right.
That's usually the ratio of it.
Right.
I got 500 fans, which means out of your 500 fans, you have 50 plus potential.
I was going to say 5 because of internet.
But let's go with 10.
Right. Yeah. Okay. 10.
That's you're looking at 50 capable, which means you had a small army. If they wanted to screw with us, you missed my point. If you wanted to screw with us, if he had 400,000,
right?
I mean, there's 4,000,
right?
I
noticed that too. I was like, oh, he has 500 followers. I have more than 500 followers, Sam.
Yes. I mean, a larger number would have set the fear like You got 40 of our guys, or what are 2,000 we haven't accounted for yet?
Right.
How is it? Somebody on a police force? Is it a city worker? Is it a garbage? I mean, who else is in that fan base?
Right.
Are they in America? Are they overseas? I mean, you missed the point to drop an idea bomb. They missed the point.
I totally agree. The whole movie, though, just missed the mark.
Wait a minute, stop. I'm supposed to be evil badass villain, and I'm wearing the most...
A garbage bag.
No, not wearing one. Not with a garbage bag. Glasses.
Mm-hmm.
A person who wears glasses. How much do you think those frames are worth?
A lot. They're expensive.
Those frames?
Okay.
Those frames
Those are hot right now.
Okay.
I'm wearing some right now.
Traditionally.
I'm wearing some right now. These crystal clear frames, these are hot shit, fashionable right now. Right now.
I'm not impressed.
But you're right.
The frames, I mean, if he had... Again, this would have been a problem because of the movie. If you had frames from Oakley or Versailles or something fancy, like if I'm going to be I'm going to be the big baddie. I'm going to be polished from head to toe. I know that. Oh, wait a minute. How many body shots did we not see of our villain?
Very few. I didn't see any.
Except the only one we saw when he killed the mayor. And it almost felt homoerotic. Like, I'm on top of you now. I'm on top of you now. I'm going to have my way with you.
Hold on.
That's the only
He didn't kill the mayor. That was one of his little army guys. That was one of his followers.
Are we sure?
Remember? No, because he was already imprisoned by that point. He said, I'm going to be in custody of the pigs by the time you watch this. And he was already in prison. Remember, he was looking out the window, like, screaming when the explosions were going off?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was just some random member of his army.
Okay.
Dumb.
Okay. And you're trying...
I don't know, and they all were able to obtain assault rifles, within
Yeah, they're all the same build. Give me the skinny guy on. Okay. You are not our body type, but you still answer to me. Give me the tall, lanky guy. Okay. Give me the guy. Hey, what's your name? I'm Jamal. What's your name? Robert. What's your name? Akeem. What's your name? Kevin. I mean, mix it up. I mean,
right.
You're trying to cookie cutter your villain into one shape, which means that's unrealistic. Unless you're trying to make, say, if you're like this, this, and this, we can't trust you. You're trying... No. So there's a lot of studio notes and studio wokeness that's polluted this film.
Polluted. It's a trash pile.
Yeah, and years later, when people look at this film for historical purposes, they're going to be pointing out the pollution even worse. Because it's going to be more clear.
I think people are just going to turn it off. They're going to start watching it and get 15 minutes in and be like, I'm bored.
And now what you said about the soundtrack.
Didn't like it. Wasn't crazy about it.
No. Good music.
Good music. It is good music.
It's not cut to the beat.
Right. It wasn't fitting in the movie well.
It's not cut to the beat. You look at Superman 1978. You hear da 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 da.
Right.
And he just turns his head like.
That's the thing. We want a heroic theme. We want to have fun. We want to have fun with the theme, with the soundtrack. We want to have fun with the score. We want to have fun when we go to see a movie. We don't want to fucking be depressed.
I'm going to tell you something. Is that in 1984 or 1983, Disney came out with a film called Condor Man.
Okay.
Condor Man was supposed to be more realistic in our point of view.
I think I might have seen the beginning of it once.
Okay. There's somebody, and I'll find you the link. Somebody took the flying scenes from Condor Man, scratched out the original music, and penciled in Superman's music.
I knew you were going to say that, yeah.
Worked!
Totally worked. Yeah, I believe it.
Really worked, and all that. Lucky the edits meant the cut. That made an also bonus on that.
Right.
But your music mattered.
It matters.
And on top of that here, now I think they used about 4 pieces of popular music.
Something like that.
Yeah. Batman 1989. Popular music was made for that
the movie.
And all that.
Yes. Okay. I love that song, Pat. I love that song.
We go to Batman Returns.
Yeah.
And there's a Susie and the Banshee song between Bruce Wayne and Slee and Kyle are dancing. It's It's iconic to that piece.
Yes. Yes.
It's iconic to the piece. What do you have in this film of the soundtrack? It's iconic.
A really, moody, annoying
It's emo.
song that I've heard too many times because I live in the Pacific Northwest.
It's not just as emo, the fact that you were lazy and couldn't get somebody else. Terminator 2. What's that song that stamped your soundtrack? You can be buying by Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who's hot right now? Wow, Billie Eilish. She's hot shit. She would have been so much fun in a Batman movie.
Go for it.
She would have been fire in a Batman movie.
Go for it.
But we got fucking Nirvana that's 30 years old.
Different time period. People won't get into it. And all that. Look at what they do with James Bond.
Yes.
Each film they tag the current person.
They make it present day. They make it relevant.
And not just relevant in present day. Whoever they decide to make it, they say you're iconic to yourself.
Yes.
Please give
Right. Help us.
Yes.
Help us.
There's none of that.
It's
Prince.
a team effort.
Prince. I mean, there was a backstory that people did not know. It's back in Batman 1989. The original plan was to have Prince do the Joker parts and Michael Jackson to do Batman parts. It was supposed to be a duet.
That would be fun. That would have been fun.
Why? Because you're taking iconic on top iconic?
Yes.
Iconic overload?
That would have been so cool. I would listen to that song today still, if it had existed.
Yes. Again, that's something else. Merchandising. Oh my gosh, this soundtrack or this score came from... Nope. This movie was get it out of our hair as fast as we can from the studio. This was a toss-away movie.
I agree.
It's sad that it's a long toss-away movie, but in a day, it's a toss-away movie.
I agree. I totally agree. I didn't really have a lot of faith in Matt Reeves because I looked at his experience, and I think he directed Cloverfield in 2008.
Always thought, that explains why you can't see what's the background. You have no orientation.
True. But I was like, okay, I don't have faith in him, and then I saw the movie, and I had even less faith in him.
Cloverfield or just...
Matt Reeves.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know why you would hire someone to direct Batman who doesn't have ample experience.
Stop. Have I ever read a Batman comic book?
I haven't, that I recall.
You're asking the person, how much do people actually care about the source material?
They care.
No, they don't. They care. They want to do certain abominations. It shows.
They wouldn't... Okay, what are you saying?
Well, we've been talking about the last...
No, what are you saying? What are you saying? Are you saying that people care about the backstory or they don't care about the backstory?
Well, the backstory is a plot issue to it. So
yes.
I'm looking at the construction issue of the movie.
Yes.
Nothing memorable.
Right.
There's no iconic scenes.
Nope.
Your technologies, people forgot how smart they were and became stupid.
Yes.
You're bringing characters that matter, but not giving enough time to flesh them out in a way. Alfred being one of them.
Yeah.
Gordon being one of them.
Yeah.
And all this here. You're looking at a boring soundtrack.
Boring.
Because there's nothing memorable. You're looking at things in that universe that should not make sense. Hi, the opposition party candidate died. We got to stop the election.
Right.
No, we're going to keep on going.
Right.
And all that. And so there's lots of things that, if I can nitpick the mechanics,
yes,
the movie has lost me.
Same.
Because, wait, stop. King Kong weighs how much? Godzilla weighs how much? And that aircraft carrier still floats?
Right.
That should be a mechanic. But I don't care because it's epic.
Right.
It's an epic smackdown and all that.
Yeah. Yes.
And when you don't have enough clue to keep me in that suspension moment of disbelief, you're losing.
Do you remember in Dark Knight when Batman actually finally gets physical with Joker?
Yeah.
That was such a big deal.
There was
so much build up. He hadn't really gotten that physical with anyone in the entire movie.
He got that frustrated.
But he got that frustrated, and it was a big deal. And he was fucking throwing Joker around like he was nothing, okay?
And the Joker's like, I'm loving
And
this.
Joker was like, this is fun. Yeah, exactly. But fucking when Batman got upset with Riddler, he was just like banging on a window.
What are you gonna do? Break through it? And after you break through it, what else are you gonna do with him?
Oh my gosh.
No. Oh, last point makes no sense. Where do you get the money for? Where do you get the vehicles from? And understand enough structural engineering that your city is built on an eggshell? What stopped any crazy before that saying, I'm going to hold your city hostage, give me money or else?
Right.
That could have been, who could have...
Right.
No, you're not New Orleans, you're not under sea level. Are you? Yeah, but we're going to work in New Orleans. When did government become under sea level?
Probably when they put it in England.
No, England's above sea level. No, England's above sea level. By a lot.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
No.
The movie had a very English vibe about it. It really bothered. Did it bother you how much it was raining? I was
never
like, where are you guys? Seattle?
Might as well have been. But even Seattle, it's not about.
It doesn't rain that hard for that long in Seattle. Often.
I don't know. No, I don't.
I'm telling you, it doesn't.
As we're talking in your car during a rainy day.
Well, yeah, that's where we are. It's not raining that hard though.
No, but no, it's the fact that rain was a cheap.
I want to hear.
If you're trying to narrow focus your attention of your audience in the frame, rain is your best friend.
Yeah.
Because it adds situational fog, so you only can bounce on what's in frame. If it was a clear day, how far could you see?
Far.
Rainy day closes your optics on that.
Well, then they should have gotten better. They should have had fucking better shooting locations.
No, this
if
was.
They have to do that bullshit.
This was on purpose. That's why I say this film looks like a graduate, minus the talent, minus the explosions and the car chases. This has the feel of a graduate level student film. They said, okay, we got this type of technology, this much time, these locations, maximize it maximize it without showing the scenes behind the dress.
Right.
And that's why it worked. Yes. Because we can make the same kind of film in that style. Plot, story, characters withstanding, acting, talent withstanding. But we could copy that look very easy. What did you see? Let's go to Godzilla, which was a fun movie last year. Yeah. You're in the fucking Tasman Sea. You're not hiding that. You're in Middle Earth. You're not hiding that.
Right.
You're in Hong Kong. You're not hiding that.
Right. Right.
You're in optics. You go to Superman again. I'm in New York City. I'm in the Grand Canyon. I'm on Krypton. Krypton, lock your socks up. Go to Man of Steel. Let's look at Smallville. Look like Smallville. Metropolis.
Right.
Was a metropolis
right.
and all that.
Right.
A character of that caliber needs a big canvas.
A big canvas.
You gave them a big location, but you microsized the canvas on purpose because you were scared to show all at once. The biggest semi-canvas scene is okay. We're going to do operations on top of the arena. You can do that. You can do that. But that's the biggest scene where you had spacing. In other words, you had spacing because you had show helicopters coming in, picking up.
Right.
Of course, I'm wondering where was the bat? Where was the bat blew up?
I was just upset. We saw like one tall building's jump, and that was shitty too because he was trying to be a flying squirrel.
Well, the flying squirrel scene was inventive.
It was, but I feel like the reason the Spider-Man movies are so successful is he's fucking flying through those buildings all the time.
Well,
all the time.
The trade-off on Spider-Man, he has two things that Batman doesn't have. A high, well, scratch, he has three things. Spider-Man has higher increased strength against a normal human.
Well, yes.
Yes,
no,
yes,
this
yes,
thing,
yes,
you don't even have to. No. You don't even have to use that. Don't have to use that. Yes. He had the cable that he would in this movie. Yes. He'd had a cable. He would swing from it. They could have done that.
Yes.
That could have been a lot more fun.
The flying squirrel was impressive. The only thing that makes me mad is that how many times you done this? Twice. It shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
This could have been, because if you would have missed that bus and hit a telephone pole, shoulder first, well, you're fucked for the rest of the movie.
Well, he would have been fucked for real, but I digress.
I mean, it was great for opticals. Like, okay, we haven't seen that one before.
That's true.
Oh, but here's a side point here. What your cutaway should have been is that once he jumped, the cops come to look over the ledge, like, and they're stabbing like, we haven't seen that yet.
Right.
It should have been impressed, like, okay, he's a freak, but he's a freak of style.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so are we think you're caught up in bitching about that?
I don't think we're gonna stop, but I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay.